Do you like fresh, locally grown and produced food? There's an event coming up this Friday that might be for you. The College of Western Idaho's Agricultural Science Department is hosting 2022 Farm to Fork. Joining me now is Department Chair and Assistant Professor in Agriculture at CWI, Andrea Shoemaker. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for being here. Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
The joys of Zoom.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Unmute, right?
Yeah.
So, Andrea.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Andrea, what is going on at 2022 Farm to Fork?
Yeah. So our Farm to Fork dinner is just 2 days away. So it's super exciting. We host a 5-course meal for our community, and all of the proceeds for that meal go back to our campus garden, which is at our Nampa campus. It helps address food insecurity for CWI students, and it's just a really great benefit to our ag curriculum, but also to provide nutrition and food for students on campus.
And so can people still register to go, or can they just show up? What's the process there?
Yeah, so I'm sure you'll post a link, but if you go to cwi.edu, you'll see a big banner on our homepage that talks about Farm to Fork. You definitely want to purchase tickets in advance, and we still have tickets available for this year's event. So you can purchase tickets online up until the day of. So we have a set number of tickets that we'll sell and seats for those places. So yeah, just check out our website and you can learn more about the event, our local partners, and who collaborates with us on this 5-course meal, and learn a little bit more about the event itself, but also just what we're doing on campus with our programs.
Let's talk more about that. Why did you start the community garden a few years ago?
So I started the community garden back in 2018 based on a survey that we had done with all of our students on campus. We learned that 40% of our students experience some form of food insecurity. And when you're teaching in an agriculture program, that's really the opportunity to provide nutrition for students. So I wrote a wishing well grant and got funds to start the campus garden. But the thing about gardens is they need sustained, and irrigation breaks. You need to purchase plants. We needed to amend the soil. We've tried to do some really fun things with labeling and education within the garden space. So that costs money. And in order to sustain the garden itself, we started this idea of Farm to Fork, where we host this meal once a year. So we do it annually. And all of the proceeds from the ticket sales go directly back into the campus garden.
And so how does that work for the students who may need a little help with food? Do you have a pantry there also as well, where you stock the produce and then they can come and get some?
Yeah, so we call it a U-Pick farmers market. So we fully recognize that not every student wants to come out into the garden, but we definitely invite students to come out and actually help us harvest the produce. But we also harvest usually twice a week, and then there's a table in our academic building where we go out and lay all of the produce in lots of bags and labels so students know what they're grabbing. And usually in the morning, we'll put out a pretty big bounty, and then usually by the evening, all of that produce is gone. So it's exciting to see students have access to fresh produce, and they're actually utilizing it, taking it, going home, preparing it, and providing it for their families.
Well, harvesting that much, then I guess I can assume that your zucchini aren't getting as big as logs like in some people's gardens, right?
Well, sometimes it's that one that you always miss, right? They're like, how did I miss you for the last 2 or 3 weeks? But so on occasion, yes, we still get a giant zucchini that we're like, how did we miss this? But we try not to.
So final question for you is, how do you also use the garden in teaching your students in the ag department?
Yeah, so a lot of my courses focus on kind of this farm to plate mindset. And so we talk a lot about the issues associated with where your food comes from, why that matters. We talk about, soil health, water issues. This year's been unique because we had such a late spring, and so planting was a little bit problematic in terms of just a late season. So we're harvesting things came on a little later, we're harvesting a little bit later. So educating people about, why those things are happening, and really educating our students about voting with their dollar. So when you go and check out this 5-course meal, you're going to see that everything is sourced within a 20 to 30 mile radius. And that's intentional. We want to support our community. We want to show our students that you can put together 5 courses with the robust agriculture that's in the Treasure Valley. So voting with their dollar, supporting our industry partners is also a really big element of how we integrate that into our classroom. And the garden itself is just a great outdoor classroom space. Students love to come out. It's always fun to watch them dig potatoes because they're like, I didn't even know that this is how a potato grew. And we're like, we're a potato state. Like, how did you not know this?
Now they do.
So it's just fun to watch them experience something that they otherwise wouldn't and potentially have never been exposed to at all.
Well, Andrea Shoemaker with the CWI and the Agriculture Science Department there hosting the Farm to Fork coming up this Friday. If you're interested in going, go to the College of Western Idaho website to find out more and to reserve a ticket. I would imagine the seats will fill up pretty fast with a delicious 5-course meal. Andrea, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. Take care. And best wishes on the event.
Thank you. It'll be great.